I'm 21 years old and I have no friends. I don't know. But anyway, the moral, or what it all comes down to, is that I'm 21 years old and I have no friends. No friends at all. And might I add that my relationship with my family is non-existent. So I have no support system, no friends, nobody to turn to, nobody to hang around with, nobody to do fun stuff with, nobody to vent to, nobody to count on, nobody's there for me. I've always been alone. My entire life, my entire existence, I've been alone.
At the age of 5, I was molested at the church my family has been members of for over 50 years. He told me to never tell anyone, and I'd be sinning if I did. Father died 14 years ago, but I still add his number to my contacts list every time I get a new phone.
I don't think much about leaving, but I do fantasize about what my life would be like if I didn't get married at 21, have 2 children before 25, or quit teaching because more money needed to come in.
Someone I barely knew once said that the only reason I got my board position
was because I was pretty, not because I deserved it or worked this.
Ooh.
Well, people are haters.
I look and I don't go. I go home. I go home to see.
In high school, I had sex multiple times with a girl who I knew had a boyfriend. When she finally told him, he hung himself.
Worst thing I've ever done was try to kill myself when I was ill. I didn't want my parents to suffer through paying my medical bills anymore. But I never realized that me leaving them too soon would be a greater price to pay for them. But I just want to tell this person, just even sharing something like this in such an honest way, quite literally, it does change, the world.
I always knew my dad left us when I was little. What I didn't know until recently was that he left us because my mom stopped paying him to babysit us.
Usually when people ask how I'm doing, the real answer is I'm doing shitty. But I can't say I'm doing shitty because I don't even have a good reason to be doing shitty. So if I say I'm doing shitty, then they say, why? What's wrong? And I have to be like, I don't know, all of it.
I've always had this feeling that I'm not doing as much as I can in this world, or I'm not changing the world in any way. So what's the point in living?
It's like, it's hopeless. It isn't going to get any better. No matter where I turn, there's no escape. The suffering is unbearable. And I'm absolutely no use whatsoever to anyone. It would be better for everyone if I was just gone, because if I'm not so much of a burden now that it's going to destroy their life, then I'm going to be that much of a burden in the future.
My father has told me horrible things and abused me, yet he is the only man in my life that I would do anything for.
My little brother cried the night I left for college. That has made me cry more than I care to admit. If he watches this, I love you, little bro. I feel like this person really has a deep connection with his family. I wish I had that with my family. I wish I could tell him. I could tell my dad that I love him more.
I have a lot of friends, but they have other friends, and I only have them. So sometimes I feel alone when they're distant with the other friends, because I don't have anybody else.
Good morning, everybody. Apologize for being late. My wife just died. All right, we've got a lot on the agenda today, so let's begin. At noon, the President will be meeting with Iraqi Prime Minister Maliki via video teleconference, and the purpose of this meeting is going to be to discuss some of the security issues surrounding the newly appointed Iraqi government officials. And yes, Matthew?
Ted, I'm so sorry. I mean, your wife.
Yeah, well, as you might expect, the pain's unlike anything I've ever experienced before, but we've got a lot to do today, so let's keep moving.
That's the kind of school that this is. Everyone is just so nice until they drive you to kill yourself. And sooner or later, the truth will come out. It's gonna come out.
My best friend used to always ask me to teach him how to swim, but I never did because I was too lazy. He drowned in September.
When I was 4 until I was 6 years old, I was molested by a babysitter. And when I told my father, he told me to be quiet about it.
My whole life, I've been made to feel like I was undeserving of love, both from myself and others, and I'm afraid that part of me believes them.
When I was about 12 or 13, I realized what the word rape meant, and I just broke down. I remembered what had happened to me, and it finally made sense to me. And the fact that I was rejected from my own family, especially from my mom, led to depression. I had nobody to talk to.
I'm ashamed of my body, but I tell other people to love themselves.